Perfect.
And that's how to buy the perfect piece at Value City Furniture.
Now I can get more stuff.
Feast your eyes on McDonald's new McPick-2 for $2.50. For a limited time, grab a Filet-O-Fish sandwich and pair it with delicious favorites like a McDouble, McChicken, 6-piece Chicken McNuggets, or small fry. Come on in and take your pick.
Welcome back to GMA on a Sunday morning. We're following the breaking news right now out of Jerusalem.
Israeli police say that a truck rammed into a crowd of soldiers. We're now getting word that there are reports of fatalities. ABC's Molly Hunter is at the scene in Jerusalem and joins us on the phone with what we know right now. Molly, good morning to you.
Good morning, Paula. That's right. We are at the scene of the truck ramming earlier today that police are now calling a terrorist attack. The scene at this point is on complete lockdown, but we can still see that truck. It's still on the scene. It's a Mercedes truck with bullet holes in that windshield. We do know now that there were 4 people killed. 3 people were trapped underneath that truck when it hopped a curb and rammed into a crowd of soldiers, and 1 person was hit head on. Now, emergency services are saying at least 15 people have been taken to the hospital after they were loaded into ambulances immediately after. 50 people were treated for shock on the scene, but we know the crowd of soldiers was huge. We think about 100 people at least had just gotten off the bus when emergency services say that this truck driver happened to be driving by, saw this crowd of soldiers, and plowed into them. Now, he describes the actual moment of the attack as mayhem. He says it was incredibly hard moments after the attack, once they arrived, to even triage, to even figure out who was injured and who wasn't, because it was such chaos, Paula.
All right, Molly, thank you for your reporting from Jerusalem this morning.
For more on this, let's go to a phone call from Jerusalem right now. Noga Tarnopolsky is joining us. Noga, you live about a mile away, and you were actually on the street when this happened. Can you tell us what you heard and what you saw?
Yes, absolutely. Good morning. Initially, I had just walked out of a pharmacy, actually, and I heard what sounded like, you know, a car crash, a crunch, a boom, and then people screaming within seconds. Within a very short period of time, I think also measured in seconds, we started to be swarmed by emergency vehicles, everything from regular ambulances, police ambulances, big cars carrying horses for mounted police. I was there for about 45 minutes.
You were there for about 45 minutes. You said you couldn't move. You were stuck on the corner. But you're also part of a What's Up group with the local police there. And you said you received a notification. And that police presence, it was very clear to you early on that this was a terrorist attack. Why?
Well, it had all of the signs of a terror attack. It was not, for example, a truck that had attempted to, brake and skidded or something. It's a bright, warm, sunny day. There's no ice on the ground. And what we found out very quickly, within minutes, while standing there, actually initially from people walking by and then from the police blotter, is that the truck, it seemed to be opportunistic to those who saw it first on. The truck saw a group of soldiers getting off the bus, switched directions, like swerved, ran directly into them, backed up, and then came back onto them. And that's one of the reasons there's so many wounded. So it seemed pretty clear. The police from the very beginning defined it as an apparent terror attack and then a terror attack.
Noga, we're glad that you are okay, and we really appreciate you calling into us this morning. We want to tell our viewers that we'll be tracking this breaking news throughout the day right here on ABC News and abcnews.com. Noga, thanks again.
Thank you.
Thanks, Noga. We want to turn now to a shocking shooting that was all caught on camera. A U.S. State Department employee wounded in Mexico.
Look at the video. You can clearly see the gunman taking aim, the bullet piercing the windshield of the car, and ABC's Gloria Riviera has more.
A cold-blooded murder attempt caught on camera. An unidentified shooter opening fire on a U.S. State Department employee in Guadalajara, now the subject of an international manhunt.
Many people don't understand the danger that many of our diplomats around the world are in every day. Many countries where our diplomats serve are quite dangerous.
The FBI offering $20,000 to help identify the unknown assailant, seen here seemingly stalking his victim, 31-year-old Christopher Ashcraft, just before the shooting. Mexican police releasing this surveillance video Saturday showing Ashcraft at a kiosk. But just moments after he walks away, the suspected shooter follows him outside. Police say that same man, seen here making his way through a nearby parking lot, then walked over to this security gate. The suspect is seen waiting for Ashcraft to drive up. He pulls a handgun from his pocket, fires a shot through the windshield, then flees the scene.
It clearly was targeted towards this individual. The shooter went to this place with the intent to shoot.
The bullet hitting Ashcraft in the shoulder. According to the Attorney General's office, Ashcraft is now in stable condition and under protection at a local hospital. This is not the first time American officials have been targeted in Mexico. In 2010, a consulate employee and her husband were gunned down while driving near the border. And in 2011, an immigration official was killed after being stopped at a fake military checkpoint. Ashcraft is recovering at a local hospital. A Mexican official has called this a direct attack, but at this time, authorities do not have a motive. The State Department says the safety of employees overseas is a top priority, and it is working closely with Mexico to track down that shooter. Dan, Paula?
It's a wild story. Gloria, thank you very much. Let's check the weather. Once again, a lot cooking in the weather department. Rob is in San Francisco, where what would you call it, an atmospheric river is hitting right now. Hey, Rob.
Yeah. Hey, Dan, it doesn't happen very often, but it's happening today and tomorrow, and we're already starting to get reports of flash flooding in Sonoma County and mudslides in Santa Cruz. Take out this picture, and I expect these kind of reports to continue to accelerate throughout the day. Highway 9 in and out of Santa Cruz blocked off in spots there, so public utilities had to get out and clear those roadways. There's the rain, and the snow levels are going to be coming up slowly today, above 9,000 feet. So avalanche danger very, very high. It'll eventually drop down, and we'll get a nice swath of snow, not only for California, but much of the Intermountain West. But flooding is going to certainly be the main issue, in some cases, historic and major flooding. That's a quick check on the weather headlines. Now time for your local forecast. Check it out.
Well, hopefully you can stay under the covers this morning. Here's a look at where we're starting. Teens out there, and as you factor in the wind, it's even colder than that. Below zero, Leesburg and Frederick, 1 degree in the D.C. area.
This weather report is brought to you by Walgreens, the beautiful Bay Bridge, of course, behind me, connecting San Francisco to Oakland. And they're unfortunately licking their sports wounds after losing the Oakland Raiders last night. But they still have the Warriors to look forward to for the rest of the basketball season. This rain obviously putting a damper on spirits as well. Guys, back to you.
Warriors aren't a bad consolation prize, though, I would say.
Although Ron is not happy about having his Raiders dissed on national television. But thank you for that, Robert.
You'll get over
Appreciate
it,
it.
Ronnie.
Get back inside and stay dry. Coming up on GMA, the award season kicking off in Hollywood tonight with the Golden Globes. Who are the favorites, the long shots, and what does it all mean for the culmination of the season, the Oscars?
That's a really deep question, Dan. Also, Kim Kardashian breaking her silence on that frightening Paris robbery. What she's saying about it coming up in Pop News with Diane.
Look at you, saving money on your Medicare Part D prescriptions. At Walgreens, we make it easy for you to seize the day by helping you get more out of life and Medicare Part D. Now with $0 copays on select plans and rewards points on all prescriptions, Walgreens has you covered. So drop by and seize the savings. Walgreens, at the corner of happy and healthy.
See me.
See me.
Don't stare at me.
See me.
See me.
See me to know that psoriasis is just something that I have.
I'm not contagious.
See me to know that I won't stop until I find what works.
Discover Cosentyx, a different kind of medicine for moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, proven to help the majority of people find clear or almost clear skin. 8 out of 10 people saw 75% skin clearance at 3 months, while the majority saw 90% clearance. Do not use if you are allergic to Cosentyx. Before starting, you should be tested for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you have received a vaccine or plan to. If you have inflammatory bowel disease, tell your doctor if symptoms develop or worsen. Serious allergic reactions may occur.
See me.
See me. See me on my way.
Find clear skin and a clearer path forward. For a different kind of medicine, ask your dermatologist about Cosentyx.
What are Mommy and Daddy like before they're Dunkin'? They are ridiculous when they first wake up. Daddy walks into the walls like he's a bumper car.
Your Dunkin' doesn't make you you, but it helps. Delicious Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Picks them up where you buy groceries.
Would you believe my boy used to have food sensitivities? But then we fed him Blue Basics, and he's never looked or felt better.
If your dog has food sensitivities, it's time to try limited ingredient Blue Basics.
As women, we need to take time to be active. That's what's so amazing about Poise Impressa.
I love the fact that it has the 3 sizes.
It isn't just one, because everybody's situation is different.
It's so easy and it's so comfortable.
Try Impressa today and start living comfortably, pad-free.
A tremendous evening for this Clemson offense. The Tide defense rolls again.
The National Championship presented by AT&T, Clemson, Alabama. Tomorrow at 8 on ESPN.
Find your happy place. For $1 down and then $10 a month, the judgment-free zone is where you belong. $1 down and then $10 a month. No commitment. $1 down and then $10 a month. Offer ends January 11th. Because everyone can use a little love. The world judges. We don't. Join now in club or online at planetfitness.com. Offer ends January 11th. Planet Fitness. Be free.
How big is Marlowe Furniture's winter clearance? Huge. Bigger than huge. Buy one piece of furniture, get a second piece free. Buy a mattress set, get the bedroom free. Plus free delivery, and we pay the sales tax. Whatever you spend, Marlowe Furniture will match in additional furniture. Buy one, get two. Marlowe's winter clearance. Hot furniture. Stone cold savings. On now.
It's a scene from La La Land, just one of the many contenders at tonight's Golden Globes, where the champagne flows freely and the winners' speeches can be unpredictable, sometimes a little wordy.
But that's the reason to watch, because they go off the rails, kind
Absolutely.
of like we're doing right now. But the night could foreshadow who's going to take home the biggest prize of the year, Oscar. And ABC's Chris Connolly joins us from Los Angeles with a preview for us this morning. Hi, Chris.
Hi, good morning, Dan and Paula. Well, a bit of a paradox. Tonight's Golden Globes will be a star-studded, laughter-filled, wildly festive affair that is expected to honor some of 2016's most depressing film performances. The thing is, a lot of those are really good. Kinda sad.
You don't think my joke was funny?
Really amazingly sad.
And I will walk to the cathedral with the casket.
And so sad you could just, well...
My heart was broken, and I know yours is broken too.
When it comes to favorites at the 2017 Golden Globes, grief is good. Take Natalie Portman, Best Actress Drama nominated for her post-November 22nd, 1963 portrayal of a newly widowed Jacqueline Kennedy in Jackie.
I'm saying, Jack, can you hear me?
And Best Dramatic Actor nominee Casey Affleck, said to have the inside track for his work in the emotionally harrowing Manchester by the Sea.
Do you want to be his guardian?
Kenneth Lonergan's film also with a good shot at Best Motion Picture Drama, positioning it as one of Oscar's top contenders, together with the magnificent Moonlight and a cheery musical that's soaked in the sun. La La Land and its two leads, Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone, looking like the class of the field in the Globe's 3 musical or comedy category. With a Best Actress challenge from Annette Bening in 20th Century Women and career honoree Meryl Streep in Florence Foster Jenkins.
Why, that seemed perfect to me.
Viola Davis of Fences getting the early buzz in supporting actress.
I gave 18 years of my life to stand in the same spot as you.
While everyone's been loving Mahershala Ali's efforts in Moonlight.
You're in the middle of the world.
Fine films all, but none of them yet close to a $100 million smash. At award shows these days, if you want to find a big hit movie, you have to look in the animation categories, where Moana and Zootopia are found.
I got dibs! Officer Hobbs, I am in pursuit! Woo!
Remember, the Globes aren't always the best Oscar predictor. Last year's Oscar Best Picture and its supporting category winners all left the Globes empty-handed. Dan, Paul?
That's interesting. I didn't remember that. He's like a font of Hollywood trivia. Chris, thank you very much.
He does this thing for a living.
We're gonna be talking about this throughout the season with you, Chris, so thank you. Coming up on GMA, your parenting resolutions for the new year, how to be the happiest mom you know. That's the title of a new book. Coming up in our weekend download. Keep it here.
Or the happiest dad.
use what's already inside me to reach my goals. So I liked when my doctor told me that I may reach my blood sugar and A1C goals by activating what's within me with once-weekly Trulicity. Trulicity is not insulin. It helps activate my body to do what it's supposed to do, release its own insulin. Trulicity responds when my blood sugar rises. I take it once a week, and it works 24/7. It comes in an easy-to-use pen, and I may even lose a little weight.
Trulicity is a once-weekly injectable prescription medicine to improve blood sugar in adults with type 2 diabetes when used with diet and exercise. Trulicity is not insulin. It should not be the first medicine to treat diabetes or for people with type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Do not take Trulicity if you or a family member has had medullary thyroid cancer, if you've had multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if you are allergic to Trulicity. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms such as itching, rash, or trouble breathing, a lump or swelling in your neck, or severe pain in your stomach area. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis, which can be fatal. Taking Trulicity with a sulfonylurea or insulin increases your risk for low blood sugar. Common side effects include nausea, diarrhea, vomiting, decreased appetite, and indigestion. Some side effects can lead to dehydration, which may make existing kidney problems worse.
With Trulicity, I click to activate what's within me.
If you want help improving your A1C and blood sugar numbers with a non-insulin option, click to activate your within. Ask your doctor about once-weekly Trulicity.
Vision insurance can be hard to understand. What's covered? What's not? At VisionWorks, we take hundreds of plans, including Davis Vision. Allow us to help you get the most from your insurance benefits. And now get 50% off your second pair when you use your insurance. VisionWorks.
Tiger Blood, Adonis DNA. Does that guy still exist?
Charlie Sheen.
Have you ever looked back and say, what was I thinking?
Oh, hell yeah. Even we didn't expect this. Wednesday, GMA.
This is our Colby Sofa and Love Seat, only $7.99. And this is our competitors. Same look, but a whopping $17.99.
Ours has contemporary flair, coordinating toss pillows, all with Bobopedic memory foam seating for extreme comfort.
And of course, an untouchable value, $7.99.
And this is about how much Sofa $7.99 will get you at our competitors.
Some of us walk in place. Some of us walk to take us places. And some of us walk to become warriors. Powering more research, more screenings, more access to care, more survivors. Blisters are temporary. Fierce is forever. Avon 39, the walk to end breast cancer. Warriors wanted. Register today at avon39.org.
If one of your resolutions is to be a happier parent in 2017, well, you're in luck. Joining us is Genevieve Shaw Brown, ABC News lifestyle editor and author of the brand new book, The Happiest Mommy You Know, Why Putting Your Kids First is the Last Thing You Should Do. Genevieve, great to have you. Explain that title.
Okay. I mean that if parents are constantly putting their kids first and neglecting themselves as a result, they can't be happy. And happier parents lead to happier kids, and I think that's our ultimate goal.
Yeah, it's basically that saying, if mama ain't happy, nobody's happy, right? So what resolutions do we need to make to become happier parents?
Okay, the first thing you need to do is treat your spouse as well as you treat your barista. I noticed that I was, more polite to people at Starbucks sometimes than I was to my own husband, and that's not okay. Studies have shown that being appreciated leads to happiness in the home, which leads to happier kids.
Okay, so treat your spouse as well as you treat your barista. It is difficult, though, because the one thing that I think all parents have in common, that common denominator, we're all sleep deprived.
Sleep deprived, so you have to get sleep at any cost. This is one of my favorites and will literally change your life overnight. So get that sleep, get the iPads out of the bedrooms, and you'll get a more peaceful night's sleep, and you'll be a lot happier as a result.
Yeah, do as I say, not as I do. Take your own advice, the advice that you dish out to your kids, and you also say, it's great to see friends and take care of yourself as well.
Absolutely. So if your toddler has a more robust social calendar than you do, that's not good.
That's a problem. All right, Genevieve, it's great to have you. Hop News is next, and your book, The Happiest Mommy You Know, it's available Tuesday, January 12th. Make sure you snag it, everybody. It's great.
I thought I was managing my moderate to severe Crohn's disease. I didn't think there was anything else to talk about. But then I realized there was. So I finally broke the silence with my doctor about what I was experiencing. He said Humira is for people like me who've tried other medications but still experience the symptoms of moderate to severe Crohn's disease. In clinical studies, the majority of patients on Humira saw significant symptom relief, and many achieved remission.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
If you're still just managing your symptoms, talk with your gastroenterologist about Humira. With Humira, remission is possible.
The magic begins when Jif Fresh roasts peanuts to make peanut butter so deliciously creamy. It can even bring a kid out of her shell. That's why choosy moms choose Jif.
I tried hard to quit smoking. But when we brought our daughter home, that was it. Now I have Nicoderm CQ.
The Nicoderm CQ patch with unique extended release technology helps prevent your urge to smoke all day.
It's the best thing that ever happened to me. Every great why needs a great how.
Poquito más rápido, ¿no? Hasta luego, profesor.
Carlos, Sakurai needs to see you in room 3.
That's breathing. I'll party right away. I need a time period in and back.
Tonight.
It's that time.
Yep, at 8/7 Central, a new To Tell the Truth with maybe the best liars yet.
I can pick up 10 pounds of potatoes with my tongue muscle.
It might not be true, but I don't care.
All new To Tell the Truth. Tonight, 8/7 Central on ABC. Monday, it's only Nick's second week as The Bachelor, but one little secret
I met Nick at Jane and Tanner's wedding.
could derail
I'd question her intentions and her motives.
his whole journey.
She told me that you guys hooked up and had sex.
New Bachelor, ABC Monday.
How do you become America's best-selling brand?
Breathing, let's go.
You make it protected.
Just
trying to be safe. You make it hard-working. You make it so everyone's happy. That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand. Get 0% financing for 72 months, plus $500 Ford credit cash on a Ford Fusion. Visit us online or see your Ford dealer today.
Find your happy place. For $1 down and then $10 a month, the judgment-free zone is where you belong. $1 down and then $10, no commitment. $1 down and then $10 a month. Offer ends January 11th. Because everyone can use a little love. The world judges. We don't. Join now in club or online at planetfitness.com. Offer ends January 11th. Planet Fitness. Be free.
Good Morning America is brought to you by University of Phoenix. We rise.
Time now for Pop News. Diane Macedo's here. What's poppin'?
Good morning to you all. So we start with Kim Kardashian is actually finally speaking out about being robbed at gunpoint. And in true Kardashian style, she's doing it in a promotional video for her reality show. So in the clip for the upcoming season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, you can see Kim tearfully recalling the night masked men bound and gagged her in her Paris hotel room and then stole all her jewelry. The show returns to E! in March. Kim also recently broke her 3-month social media hiatus with a series of family photos, setting off a social media storm, racking up millions of likes. Pretty much every new thing she posts breaks some sort of internet record. So you can bet a lot of people will be tuning in to hear more about what happened in that hotel room in Paris.
I'm sure that will be the case.
On a lighter note,
Okay.
we have some good romantic news about a vacation for lovebirds Prince Harry and girlfriend Meghan Markle. The Sun Ooh. reports that Harry planned a secret getaway to Norway for their first holiday together. They reportedly stayed in a remote cabin with breathtaking mountain views, and we're hoping to see the Northern Lights. some are pointing out that this is a very nice spot to propose, perhaps. They've only been dating a few months. We'll hold off on the peer pressure for now. But in a recent interview, Meghan did reveal that she can't wait to start a family, but she then quickly added, in due time.
No pressure.
But due time is tomorrow.
Perhaps. And in Utah, a mother of quadruplets is now a viral video star after summing up parenting in about 30 seconds.
Oh, no.
Mom desperately needed a treat to get through the rest of the night. So I'm hiding in the pantry. See? She's always
brilliant.
Hi.
They'll find you.
That was her point. Ashley Gardner's husband was apparently shoveling snow, and she just needed a moment of peace, so she hid in the pantry, but clearly her daughters were not far behind. And in case anyone wants to get judgy on this one, we should point out, Ashley and her husband have 4 2-year-olds. They had 2 sets of identical twins at the same time. So you can't exactly blame her.
I was trying to take a shower last night, and I could hear through the running water the pounding on the door of my 2-year-old.
They have this outpouring of parents now responding, just saying, I totally relate to this every time I try to go to the bathroom.
My friend hid in the bathtub, and her kids couldn't find her for 10 minutes. It's a great place to hide if you need to.
The last place they want to go, right?
Exactly.
Well, and if you have 4 2-year-olds, you'll hide anywhere. Cardboard box, great. I'll lay in that for a little while.
Oh, my gosh.
Thank you, Dan. Great pop news. We appreciate it. Thank you for joining us this morning. We'll be right back here next weekend. Coming up soon, George with that interview with President Obama. We'll see you soon.
ABC News, America's #1 news source.
As if what happens on The Bachelor isn't outrageous enough. Tomorrow, just wait till you see what hidden cameras catch. Tomorrow, only on GMA.
From ABC 7 News, this is a Good Morning Washington update.
Good morning. It is very cold out there right now. Wind chill advisory in effect where we see the lighter shades of blue, mainly in the higher terrain for our western regions until 4 o'clock today, where their wind chills are well below 0. Here's a look at our map. So feeling like 5 degrees right now in the D.C. metro, below 0, Frederick and Hagerstown, also in Winchester. So make sure you're bundling up if you are heading out this morning. Not factoring in the wind, here's where our temperatures sit. 14 in Andrews, also in the teens for Fredericksburg, also in Leesburg and D.C., even Baltimore on the cold side. Now, if you're taking the dog for an early walk into this afternoon as well, the chill sticks in the air. So make sure it's a quick trip and add in maybe that pet sweater as well. They get just as cold when it's this cold outside. Overnight tonight, temperatures going to be dipping back into the teens, so those wind chills in the single digits going to stick with us. So tomorrow morning, if you're sending the kids to the bus stop, make sure they have that extra layer. But there is an end in sight from the cold. Happy to report, but by the time we get into Wednesday, we'll have to deal with some wet weather, but temperatures getting into the 50s. That's well above average for this time of year. Average is sitting right around 43 degrees. 59 on Thursday, even getting into the 60s by Friday. However, it is looking like an unsettled week. Next chance for some wet weather coming in by Wednesday, maybe late Tuesday night, a little bit of a mix on the onset of things, but that'll be northwest of the city. By the time we head into Thursday, a little bit of a break from the rain, but then our next chance comes in on Friday. Temperatures look to stay above average into next weekend, but we will remain a little bit unsettled as well. Stay warm for the end of the weekend and have a good start to your work week.
ABC 7 and Paralyzed Veterans of America congratulate U.S. veteran Carlos Martinez, the winner of a new dining room set during our Place at the Table contest. Congratulations. And to all the veterans who have served our country, we